Why does McDonald's look so boring now? At the very beginning, McDonald's locations throughout the country, for the most part, looked like this. Two golden arches would go over the building that was painted white. Entering into the 60s, McDonald's locations would start looking a little more pristine, including in the early 70s they would get the very woodsy 70s look that you can see in a lot of restaurants. Some of these designs kind of resemble McDonald's locations you'd see today, but in 1971, the company wanted to focus more on getting the attention of children and families again. They started adding more charm to the locations. At the 1972 Illinois State Fair, McDonald's would make a 4,800 square foot playground featuring the McDonaldland characters as just another promotional thing, and after just 10 days, over 350,000 kids were playing on this playground. And that's when McDonald's realized they had to add this to their restaurants. They introduced the very first play place to a McDonald's location in Chula Vista, California. They started adding them all throughout the country. The success of the play place would continue on into the 80s, and McDonald's would continue adding fun little details to all of their buildings. By the late 80s to early 90s, many locations started having the iconic design. Play place locations started being designed to be indoors, and their main focus really was just like the slides that you can climb into and all the tubes and stuff, and there still were some ball pits. In the late 90s, McDonald's faced even more problems. In 1999, the CPSC was like, not so fast. Apparently, McDonald's failed to report hundreds of children who have suffered injuries playing on the Big Mac climbers, and it says that over 400 children were hurt playing on this equipment. So McDonald's was fined $4 million. On top of that, sanitary concerns were arising about the ball pit, not just at McDonald's, just in general. But then something started happening in the 2010s. McDonald's started changing its architecture. An entirely new campaign was started, which was now appealing to young adults. Locations all throughout the country started getting these brick designs, and then later into the decade, locations started looking like this, basically starting to mimic Starbucks, and even Taco Bell took this design. One of the reasons for this was that McDonald's was trying to also look like a cafe place. These locations look so dull and boring. It doesn't really seem like a happy place to go to. The only thing that it has left is its branding and its food recipe. But as a child, there's nothing really to take away from this besides just sitting down and opening your Happy Meal. Even with the events of 2020, there are still locations that have play places, but McDonald's is obviously trying to move away from that. And it's pretty understandable why, because of all of the lawsuits and stuff, as well as having to maintain and keep it clean and all that. But I do think that it's very dangerous to walk away from what made you iconic and nostalgic from the beginning.